implement the solution that we designed for problem 5.6, which basically related to the creating a software that reads from the user 3 strings and perform the action of putting those 3 strings in order and then print back to the user the order of the 3 strings. Please review the video titled Design for how we thought about the solution that we will develop in this video. So we'll go to NetBeans and create a new project, and this will be Java application, and we'll give this the name, your last name underscore problem 5.6, I believe. And I don't want to create a main class, I will create that myself. I can leave it there. I want the package to be named apps, and I want the main class to be called string group app. You can name it whatever you want to name it, and then say finish. So NetBeans will create the project and open for you the package with the main class. I want to create another package, and I will call this the source, or I will call this the data types, all the string types. And in that package I will create a Java class, and this class I will call it string group. So this is the structure of my app, and as I mentioned before, packages are just for organization purposes. So each of the classes, depending on the type of the classes, you can put them. So I usually use one package to describe classes related to the execution of the app, and another package for classes related to the types or the user-defined classes that encapsulates the solution of the problem. Which one you start with, it doesn't matter. My personal preference is to start with the defining the type and then go to the other one. So first step is to say that this class is the here what this class is about. So this is a class that encapsulates or that represents the concept of 3 strings that are ordered. You can go back to the design video. This is what we are following in this class. So from that design video there were 3 fields. One we're gonna call it the smallest, one we will call it the largest, and one we will call it the middle. You can call it 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to call it. So this will be private string smallest, private string largest, and private string middle. We are creating, I will create the set and get later on, but for now I will start with the constructor. So we have a default constructor. A constructor is a public method that has the same name as the class name, and in this case I'm creating a default constructor that receives no parameters, so no parameters here, and I don't want it to do anything at the moment. Then I want to call the constructor that receives 3 parameters. One parameter string 1, another parameter string 2. So this will be a string, and the second one is also a string, and the third one is also a string. So each one of those is the representing the first string and the second and the third, and then the third string. So we say public string group. So you can have as many constructors as you want, which means as many methods with the same name as you want, as long as they have different parameters. So the first parameter, we're going to call it string 1 or S1, string S2, string S3. So what is S1 and S2 and S3? Any three strings that whoever will use this class will want to order. So what happened then is we want to order those strings. So in our design, we said we're going to use a method to order. So what happens in this constructor is basically call on that method. So let's define that method, order string, and this method receives. We're gonna call that this method is local to the class to encapsulate the action of ordering the strings. So I'm gonna make this method private, and we will talk later what this means. You can make it public also, doesn't matter at this point. Void, and we will say order string, and this method will receive the same S1, the same S2, the same S3. And here we will put the code or the instructions for ordering the three strings. Then the other methods that we need are the set and get, and I'm following the design that we identified in the other video. So right click and refactor and say encapsulate fields and select all. I don't think we need the smallest, the largest, and the middle for this problem, so I'm just gonna go with the get. If you want to go with all, that is fine as well. So create the 3. So this is the structure of this class. That's all what is needed here. What is left is to write down or to program the instructions for this class and this method and this method. So for the string group constructors, what we will do is to call order string and pass the 3 strings to it. So we say order string and pass to it S1, S2, S3. And I am having an error here, and the error is saying it's expecting a semicolon, and this is not a semicolon, I guess. Yeah, it wasn't a semicolon, so here is the semicolon. And at this point we want to start to work on ordering string, and in the other video that has the design we have the explanation of what each of the steps that goes in order string are, and we will discuss this in the second video. Thank you.